Christmas is just around the corner, and every year I spend days on the internet looking for some good tech gifts to buy for my loved ones. This year I've decided to take it up a notch and actually make my own list of the top 5 tech gifts in 2019. What's going on, guys? My name's David Tomic and welcome back to the channel. Like I mentioned, today we're talking about the top 5 tech gifts you could go out and buy for one of your loved ones or potentially even for yourself. Today's list is actually going to be a little bit different to everybody else's. I'm not just going to give you guys a list of the best 5 things. I'm also going to go ahead and give you a list of the categories first and then break down some different price options in these categories. Everything that I mentioned in this video today, guys, I'm going to link it down below so you can find it for quick reference. I'm in no way, shape or form sponsored by Amazon or paid by Amazon. So anything that you click on isn't going to make me any money. It's just really for you guys to be able to find the quickest reference for everything I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this list for the top 5 tech gifts in 2019. So the number 1 item is a small smart speaker. For one reason is because they're relatively cheap. For example, you can pick up a Google Home Mini in Australia for under $50. That's something like 30 American dollars, which most families can afford, and they're a great little gift. I use my little Google speaker almost every single day, be it for listening to music, asking it about the weather, even just asking what time it is. It's actually just a really handy little device to have around the home. So for me, the Google Home and the Google Home Mini are the best choice in this little category because they provide really good quality sound and really good AI assistance without being too overpriced. But if you're not a Google person and you want something a little bit different, Amazon Alexa is also a great little product. There's also the option of the Amazon Echo, which is the cheaper version of Amazon's Alexa. The same way you have the Google Home Mini and you have the Google Home, you have the Amazon Echo and you have Amazon's Alexa devices. The good thing about Amazon Alexa is the simple fact that it's actually not controlled by one of the key parties controlling the smartphone game. Google, for instance, has its own Google Pixel line and it controls a pretty decent share of the smartphone game, whereas Amazon so far to date doesn't have any major stakeholders in this industry, so they're staying pretty neutral and pretty compatible with all the smartphones on the market. As a standalone competitor, you can also go to products like Bose, Sonos, Sony, or even one of these really cool lamp, I don't really know what to describe it as. It's a lamp cross wireless charger cross smart speaker, but it's just some random little smart speaker I found on Amazon for about $150, I think it was Australian. And it's just some cool little quirky device. It does everything in one and for a pretty good price. I have no idea what the sound's like. I have no idea about the quality. I just thought it was a good design that's worth chucking into this video. Second item on my top 5 Christmas list of tech gifts in 2019 is a very small drone. Now, if you're familiar to the drone market, you know the drone I'm talking about. It's the DJI Mavic Mini, which has been compared in size to the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So straight away, this is going to tell you that this drone is tiny, weighing only 249 grams and coming in at 600 Australian dollars. This isn't exactly a drone that everybody can go out and buy. It is still pretty expensive, but it is a very good intro drone if you're looking at getting into drone photography, drone videography, or just to have some fun with some drones. If you don't have $600 to spend on the DJI Mavic Mini, well, then there is another option that I do recommend, and it is staying within the DJI product line. The reason I say stay in the DJI product line is for the simple fact that they are the leaders in drone technology. They do drones really well and they manufacture them really well. So if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, think about the DJI Tello. It comes in at about 100 Australian dollars and is the perfect indoor intro drone for anybody who's looking to get a drone this Christmas. So number 3 on my list is a set of wireless headphones. If you guys haven't noticed people wearing wireless headphones around the street, around the gym, or anywhere you might be going outside, well, then you probably haven't actually been paying enough attention. Wireless headphones are becoming a huge trend, especially in-ear wireless headphones in 2019. For example, Apple's AirPods have sold over 100 million units this year alone. that grosses out at something close to $175 billion in just headphone sales. So if you're looking at getting somebody a pair of wireless headphones or a pair of wireless in-ear headphones, well then I think it really depends on what kind of device they're using. Both the Apple AirPods and Galaxy Buds are phenomenal devices. I personally use Galaxy Buds because I'm a Samsung person, but I do also have a set of the AirPods at home that I've tried and tested. They're both phenomenal devices. One of the best things about AirPods or Galaxy Buds for Christmas is they come in the most inconspicuous little box, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is actually going to be able to guess what it is in the little wrapping underneath the tree. Coming in at number 4 on my list today is something that's starting to take over our lives, and that I believe is smartwatches. There are a ton of different smartwatch options on the market at the moment, but I think from my personal opinion, there's only 2 real main competitors. You have the Apple Watch Series 5 and you have also the Samsung Galaxy Active 2. I did a comparison on these. I'll link it up if I remember to put this in this video, but both devices are really good. They do come in at a pretty hefty price tag. That's why I say there's many other options on the market that I think you really should look into if you're looking at a smartwatch for Christmas this year. I know Fitbits do some great devices and Garmin do some even more powerful ones than either of these 2 options, but again, Garmin steps the price up a little bit, whereas Fitbits you can pick up for a little bit cheaper. Last but not least on my list of tech gifts in 2019 for Christmas is a portable tablet. I think for me, being in the tech industry and the tech space, buying a tablet is a very personal choice. I think it really depends on what kind of lifestyle you have and what you're planning on using it for. On the other hand, I don't think it really matters if you're an Apple person or a Samsung person when it comes to buying a tablet. It really depends on your lifestyle and what you're planning on using it for. If you're an Apple person, well then that's a little bit of a bonus for you guys today. The number 1 tablet on my list in 2019 is the brand new Apple iPad mini. This device is so handy, so nimble, so compact, comes with an impressive screen resolution and an even more impressive battery life, which is just unbeatable, as well as the price itself that always goes on special around the world, that you can pick it up for relatively cheap and get a phenomenal device at the end of the day. You can pick up a Samsung Tab A for a lot cheaper than an Apple iPad mini, but in my experience, I know that these tablets after a year start to lag, after a couple years start to break down and you have to repair them or replace them. These things, yes, they're really good, they're really cheap for a little while, but if you're looking to have a tablet that's going to last a lot longer, my personal experience points me towards the Apple devices. My final piece of advice for you guys today before I sign off is basically don't cheap out on tech. There's a reason why tech costs so much, and there is a reason why cheap tech is cheap tech. Don't go on eBay and buy a knockoff brand of what you really want. It might cost you an extra $50, $100, but I can guarantee you that $50 to $100 is definitely worth it. Buying a knockoff brand is only going to lead to headaches, misery, and potentially just a very big hole in your pocket for no reason whatsoever. If you have the ability to go out to a physical store and buy it from a physical store where you can potentially return it if something goes wrong while it's under the warranty period, this is also highly recommended. Having to go online and deal with online customer service or over the phone customer service for almost every single company is actually a huge burden. So if you can go to the shops, to Harvey Norman, JB Hi-Fi, if you're in Australia, definitely go to those guys, definitely buy them from them direct. If you can't, well, if it's unavoidable, then obviously grab one from online and you may find a better price as well. That's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 tech gifts for Christmas in 2019. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button 2019 style. And as always, I'll see you next Monday.